BG. One more shot here for Oklahoma City. They couldn't get it to go. Gordon gives the Nuggets a game-1 win in dramatic fashion. Here is how it sounded.
Missed it again. Rebound down to Christian Brown. You got to hurry. 8-7 seconds. Front court over to Westbrook. Left side Gordon for the win. Yeah! And the Denver Nuggets shock the Oklahoma City Thunder in game number 1. Oh, baby!
The late game heroics for Aaron Gordon continue. Here's head coach David Adelman with his team in the locker room after the win.
You don't always play your best when you win. We can play better than that. But what I love about man today, the mentality of how you play. Every time out I sat down, I knew that you knew the game was not over. We have a chance. There's a situation. Something that can happen here. Turn the tide. And a lot of guys stepped up, man. A lot of guys. And you play for each other. And when you do that, you give yourself a chance. Crazy happens in the playoffs when you just stick to it. Stay together. All right? Newsflash. It's only one game.
We didn't expect our whole run to be sunshine and rainbows. And we know that. It's about how we respond, and there's nothing we can do about what just happened. So there's no point to have our head down or be sad about it or sulk about it. All we can do is be better for the next game, and that's what we're focused on.
Those felt like winter outfits, like Met Gala outfits. But anyway, the Thunder, they've been incredible all year. But because of that, they have played in the fewest clutch games in the NBA this season. OKC only had 8 games the entire regular season that were within 3 points in the final 30 seconds. The Nuggets, on the other hand, they had 23. And that experience showed as we say hello to our senior writer, Brian Windhorst. Windy, what was OKC's biggest issue, do you think, looking down the stretch here?
Yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of focus on some of the decision-making with the strategy at the end. But one of the things that has bothered the Thunder in big losses over the last couple of years is when their offense kind of evaporates under pressure. It's either Shai or nothing, and that's what happened in this game.
Yeah.
Shai made a basket with about 4.5 minutes left that put them up 11. At that point, you really thought on their home court they were going to take it. Malika, then they went 1 of 8 shooting down the stretch, and they had some missed free throws. You saw the ones from Chet. They still don't have a 100% reliable second option. I know that sometimes that's Jalen Williams. It wasn't last night. He was 5 of 20 in that game. And so while the shot at the end, some of Jokic's plays and some of the strategy were a factor, of course, the offensive shutdown is what opened the door to let Denver make the move.
You know, when I think about it, you talk about the close games, right,
yeah,
that the Thunder haven't played in and that the Nuggets have played in. It's not even just the regular season. The Oklahoma City Thunder didn't have a tough first round. They blew through the first round. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Denver Nuggets, think of the close games that they just went through against the Clippers. They had an overtime win. What, they have a 2-point loss. They had a 3-point win. They had close games. To me, the Denver Nuggets, they look like they have been here before because they have. They're a group that's won a championship, but they've also just recently been through very tight games, and they know what it takes to win. And I know everyone's going to talk about Aaron Gordon with the 3-point shot at the end, but that 3-point shot was a culmination of an excellent game by Aaron Gordon. 7 of his 14 rebounds were offensive. He had exciting plays that ignited the team. You saw him put that dunk through Chet Holmgren. I know this is a big-time shot, but the cuts he made, the plays he made, and the energy that he played with, he made winning plays all night long.
The game rewards the game, but it is a culmination of the regular season. He worked so hard in the offseason on improving his 3-point shooting. He shot a career-high 43% from 3 during the regular season, and now he's sort of seeing the proof in the pudding when the games matter the most.
Yeah, but I love the games within the games because the Oklahoma City Thunder had the highest scoring differential in NBA history this regular season, winning their games by 13 points. The next 4 in that category, as you see right here, Thunder, Lakers, Bucks, Bulls, Warriors, they all won the title. So there's pressure there. But this is the game within the game because if you think about their lack of being able to play in clutch time, they played the fewest clutch time games. Now you're running into, what did I call it, the immovable object? And Nikola Jokic, who literally thrives in clutch time. He's 4th in points, 3rd in rebounds, 2nd in assists. So now they're going to have to, as you mentioned, Malika, learn on the fly. And I think when you look at the matchup, I said yesterday, it's the center position that really has to step up for them. That's what they went in. They got Hartenstein. They have Holmgren there. Now you have to make sure that is, showing up against Jokic when it matters most.
And while the others showed up for Denver to help out Nikola Jokic's monster night, Russell Westbrook big game, Aaron Gordon big game, it's those others, as Brian was saying, that maybe weren't quite there for Oklahoma City. City, so Denver gets game 1 here. Let's stick with the theme of a comeback because we had not 1, but 2 last night. The Celtics, they had a 20-point lead over the Knicks in game 1. That usually means game over for Boston's opponents. Entering this game, they were 40-1 this season when they led by 20-plus points. But what had happened was Boston stopped hitting
Girl,
threes.
that's an understatement. They went, it's not cold, they went frozen.
Icy.
Right, desert.
Yeah, they were in the cold
Tundra.
plunge. They only shot 29% on uncontested threes in game 1, and while that was happening, the Knicks were balling out. 5 minutes left in the third. OG Anunoby hits a wide open 3 there. He was cooking.
His best game ever in the playoffs, but of course, what you love about this squad is the fact that they all have confidence. OG bending over backwards, making a pass. The ball, this 3 right here, I was like, whoa, these guys might be able to pull this off.
But how do you not try to close or contest right there on Jalen Brunson?
This was the one that shut me up. Boom.
New York
Top
in
move.
front. Watch out now. Less than a minute later.
I call it the Brunson Boogie, baby.
The Brunson Boogie, and this was the Brunson burner on Al Horford. New York went on a 45-19 run to take the lead. Boston still struggling to shoot the ball. Brunson chipped in 16 points during that span. Here, though, is the puzzling play for me here.
I'm so mad just watching because these are talented players with advantages. Here you have a post player, the paint wide open instead. Countless times I asked Boston fans, how do you feel? They're like, we're stressed, y'all, because they keep settling for threes when you have the advantage over the Robinsons, the Harts, the Brunsons. Instead, you're shooting threes on a night that you missed the most ever in NBA history.
And having so many shooters around you is what opens up the paint for those driving opportunities.
And so to overtime we go, or should I call it Mikal Bridges' time? Because he struggled a bit earlier in this game, not anymore. Hits that corner 3, New York up by 6 there. Now you see him, now you don't. Jaylen Brown gets it on the wing, starts to drive, and he's fouled. But the foul's called on the floor.
Right call, by the way.
Absolutely.
Before the gather.
Let's take one more look. You can see.
There's the foul, and then there's the shot. Yeah.
Exactly. Sideline out of bounds for the Celtics here. What did we say about Mikal Bridges'
Hands, two-way player.
He rips the ball away to end the game. The Knicks go on the road and steal game 1. That's some highway robbery right there. One more look at that play from Mikal Bridges. Here's Jalen Brunson on the mindset to get the comeback in this one.
Told each other just keep believing and just keep fighting, sticking together, and keep chipping away. Now, was it going to be a 20-point shot where you can just come back? We just had to keep chipping away possession by possession.
This team has fought all year. You know, it's been a pretty good road team. We've had to endure some things with guys being out, and I think over time that helps you. You know, you build up, you know, your mental toughness and understanding how important that is.
Check out the cover of the New York Daily News this morning. A little Goodwill Hunting. How do you like them apples? Brian, do you believe that last night's performance by the Knicks is repeatable?
No. Not so much what the Knicks did, but I know I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble with all my Knick fan friends. Look, the Celtics missed 32 open, clean look three-pointers, and I just don't think that's going to happen again. What I do think is repeatable, what the Knicks have shown they've been able to do for a while now, is win clutch time, because they have the best clutch time player in the NBA. So however they get to clutch time,